and has been for a while, a form of domestic violence that has increased since the Dobbs decision. It is reproductive coercion, not the kind of forced pregnancy that is state-sanctioned by legislators imposing restrictive abortion bans, which is awful, but what I'm talking about here are intimate partner behaviors that interfere with decision-making related to reproductive health, meant to maintain power and control. These coercive behaviors infringe on individuals' reproductive rights and reduce their reproductive autonomy. What I'm explicitly discussing is pregnancy coercion, birth control sabotage, and controlling the outcome of a pregnancy. Don't be fooled, this is intimate partner violence. A survey done by the National Domestic Violence Hotline back in 2011 found that 25% of people who contacted them reported experiencing reproductive coercion. Further data from 2021 shows that this is an issue people continue to face. A person of any gender can coerce their partner into making reproductive decisions they do not want, but like other forms of intimate partner violence, we know that statistically the perpetrators are more likely cis male. Black, Indigenous, and other communities of color who have historically been denied access to reproductive health care may experience discrimination and less quality care when getting support. For members of the LGBTQ2S+ community, especially trans individuals, they may be denied reproductive health care due to gender identity or sexual orientation. Reproductive coercion is a form of power and control because one partner takes away reproductive health decisions and options from the others. Other examples are refusing to use a condom or other types of birth control, breaking or removing a condom during intercourse, forcing their partner to get an abortion or preventing them from getting one, threatening to tell friends, family, or law enforcement about receiving an abortion, withholding finances needed to purchase birth control, or threatening their partner or becoming violent if they don't follow their wishes to either end or continue a pregnancy. Reproductive coercion can also be emotional and could look like pressure, guilt, and shame from an abusive partner. They might constantly talk about having children or make them feel guilty for not having or wanting children with them. Pregnancy is dangerous in general, as we've discussed, but is also the second most dangerous time in an abusive relationship. Even after birth, many abusive partners will use children as another form of control. They might threaten or take custody of the children if their partner leaves, or say it is best for the children to have both parents at home. Reproductive coercion is another glaring example of people capable of getting pregnant being treated as property and under the thumb of a partner. It is not always easy to spot someone who is facing reproductive coercion, and it is often part and parcel of other forms of abusive behavior. Someone experiencing abuse is often experiencing abuse in multiple ways, and one of the centerpieces is often isolation. The victims are being watched or cut off from their common forms of engagement with others or information. If someone can safely get to a phone, the National Domestic Violence Hotline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for calls at 800-799-7233, for chats at thehotline.org, or they can text the word START, S-T-A-R-T, to 88788. Ironically, the deck is stacked against the most vulnerable, who are the most frequent victims of intimate partner violence. This system is just not equipped, or more importantly, understands the plight of partners who are abused in any way. The stand your ground laws do not frequently help victims who maim or kill their abusers, because the person who is a victim of abuse always feel threatened, not just in the midst of a display. Their retribution is more often at the moment where they have the opportunity to make the abuse stop. Police, juries, judges, and non-victims don't always understand that. It is, once again, the most vulnerable people, the victims, being blamed. There are also two pieces of good news I want to share. One involves our beloved state of Illinois, which has passed and will soon enact a legal obligation for every state, university, college, and community college to provide a vending machine with emergency contraception. This will be the first in the nation to include community colleges. The other piece of good news involves the great state of Maine, where they will be the first U.S. state to pass a law that requires an understanding that purchasing sexual acts is not a harmless pastime for lonely men or a way to feed uncontrollable sexual urges, but rather is a practice of gender-based violence. I'm Barbara Levin, the chair of Toby's Fund for Reproductive Health Equity. Toby's Fund is a nonprofit that helps fund abortions, emergency contraception, and pregnancy prevention for those who can't afford the services. We fund nonprofits, not individuals, and our services are only for residents of McHenry County, Illinois. We wish to help those who believe that a person who is capable of getting pregnant can also determine their own health decisions for themselves. We are beyond the binary. We recognize and embrace all possibilities of gender identity, expression, and experience. Thank you.